They say love has a way of finding us when we least expect it. And today, I truly believe this message has found you for a reason. You didn't stumble across this video by accident. No matter what your current relationship status is, no matter how many seasons you've walked through, there's a divine alignment at work in your life right now. The angels are drawing your attention to something extraordinary, and if you lean in and listen closely, you will begin to see the beauty of God's hand connecting the dots in your story. This message carries a mix of mystery, prophecy, and encouragement. It's about someone who has been woven into the threads of your destiny long before you even knew their name. Someone who is not just successful in the world's eyes, but who carries a heart that aligns with God's purposes. A billionaire, yes, but more importantly, a soul who has been shaped, humbled, and prepared for a love that mirrors the goodness of God. What's even more fascinating is this. The angels are revealing that their number one song, the one that has touched countless lives, actually holds clues to the city they are in right now, and even their age. And I know this may sound like the plot of a movie, but remember, our God is the author of the most breathtaking love stories, and sometimes He plants little breadcrumbs in the most unexpected places to guide His children toward their appointed blessings. You see, music is not just sound. It's a language of the soul. The Bible tells us in Zephaniah 3:17, "The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. In His love He will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing." Just as God sings over His people, sometimes He allows a human soul to pour out melodies that speak directly to another heart, a melody that feels like home. Perhaps you've already heard this song without realizing it. Maybe it came on the radio while you were driving, or it played softly in the background at a cafe, and something in you paused, almost like your spirit recognized it before your mind could. This is not coincidence. This is resonance, the way God sometimes whispers through art, beauty, and sound. The angels are showing that this song has traveled far and wide, reaching people across nations, but its deepest intention is connected to one person, you. It carries hints of a location, not in an obvious way, but in subtle imagery, lyrical metaphors, or even the mood it creates. Perhaps it mentions the ocean breeze, or the hum of a certain city's nightlife, or the stillness of a place known for its mountains or rivers. Those are not random. Those are clues. And about their age. No, you may not hear them say, "I'm this many years old" in the lyrics, but the song's theme, the kind of wisdom in the words, and the season of life it reflects are all indicators. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." Your soulmate is in a season of readiness. They have lived enough to know what matters and have been humbled enough to cherish true love when it comes. They are not coming to you in immaturity, but in the fullness of understanding what a God-ordained partnership means. Now, you might be asking, why would God and the angels bother to reveal such personal details through a song? Here's why. Sometimes when you're waiting for a promise to manifest, hope can waver. You can start to question if it's real, if it's worth holding on to, if maybe you misheard God altogether. So God, in His kindness, sends little signs to refresh your hope. Think of it like a love letter hidden in plain sight, meant to remind you that you are seen, known, and pursued in the most beautiful way. I want to encourage you to open your heart and pay attention. The Holy Spirit will often quicken your spirit when you're in the presence of something connected to your destiny. It might feel like chills down your spine, tears welling up unexpectedly, or a deep sense of peace that you can't explain. That is your confirmation moment. And let me remind you of Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. You do not need to force this. You do not need to try and track them down like a detective. This connection is divinely timed, and God is fully capable of bringing the two of you into the same space when the moment is right. The angels are also highlighting that this person is not just a billionaire in financial terms. They are wealthy in vision, in generosity, in compassion. They have used their platform to make a difference, and they are drawn to people whose hearts reflect authenticity and kindness. This is why they will be drawn to you. Your value is not in what you have, but in who you are. They will recognize that. They will see the light of God in you, and that will stand out far more than any physical attribute. And when the moment comes, when they step into your life, you will understand why the waiting had to take as long as it did. They have been through their own refining fires. They have faced betrayal, misunderstandings, and seasons where they felt alone despite their success. It's in those quiet valleys that God has been shaping them to appreciate and protect the kind of love that only He can orchestrate. So what do you do now? You stay ready, not in anxious striving, but in peaceful expectation. You continue to grow in your walk with God, to cultivate joy in your present season, and to prepare your heart to give and receive love without fear. Because when God fulfills this promise, it will not be the beginning of your joy. It will be the continuation of the joy you've already learned to walk in with Him. The song is not the destination, it's a signpost. Let it stir your faith, not your impatience. Psalm 27:14 says, "Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord." You can trust that every detail, from the city they're in to the stage of life they're walking through, is already aligned in God's perfect timing. And when the angels say, "We found it," they mean that the spiritual coordinates are set. Your paths are converging. You may still be in different places physically, but in the realm of the Spirit, your meeting has already been appointed. That's why even small things like hearing a particular melody can feel so charged with meaning. So today, take this as both a comfort and a call to faith. God has not forgotten you. The angels are at work, aligning divine connections, and your role is to keep your heart soft, your eyes open, and your spirit tuned to His voice. This love story will unfold not because you chased it, but because you trusted the one who writes it. As we close, I want you to carry this truth in your heart. You are worthy of the kind of love that doesn't just thrill you for a season, but sustains you for a lifetime. God is not just sending you someone impressive by worldly standards. He is sending you someone whose life will intertwine with yours in a way that glorifies Him. And yes, even now, little clues like a song are whispering of what's to come. If this message spoke to you today, I encourage you to take a moment and let your spirit rest in God's timing. The same God who parted seas, who raised the dead, who turned water into wine, He is more than able to bring the right person into your life in the right way. Like this video if it stirred your faith. Comment below with the words, "God's timing is perfect," as a declaration over your love story. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss these messages of hope, encouragement, and divine direction. You might not realize it, but your spirit will. The angels are showing that the imagery in this song is not random. It's pointing toward their current city. If the song speaks of waves, docks, and seagulls, it could be a coastal place. If it paints pictures of subway rides and neon lights, perhaps it's a bustling metropolis. If the words linger on vineyards, rolling hills, or historic castles, maybe it's a place rich with heritage and tradition. Now, the beauty is, you don't have to decode it perfectly. You're not meant to piece together the entire puzzle. Yet, these details are meant to stir wonder, not urgency. It's like God giving you a glimpse of the painting before He unveils the full masterpiece. Proverbs 25:2 says, "It is the glory of God to conceal a matter. To search out a matter is the glory of kings." In other words, God delights in giving you treasures to discover along the way, so that when the day comes, you'll look back and say, "Oh, so that's why I kept hearing that song." And what about their age? The angels hint that the song's themes hold subtle markers of their life stage. Perhaps it carries a tone of deep reflection, a sense of someone who has walked through both loss and victory. Maybe there's a lyric about halfway through the journey or finally seeing the sun after the storm. These aren't just poetic lines. They are expressions of where they are emotionally and spiritually. Think of Psalm 90:12. Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Your soulmate has lived long enough to gather wisdom, yet they are still in the fullness of their vitality. They are not weighed down by cynicism, but they are not naive either. Their age is perfect for the timing of your union, an age where they are established yet open, accomplished yet ready to make love their highest investment. This is why the angels are urging you to pay attention to your inner responses when you hear this song. Sometimes God speaks through the stirring of your emotions. Sometimes He gives you peace that doesn't make sense. And sometimes He will keep allowing that melody to find you until you realize it's not just music. It's a messenger. I can see this moment in the future.